All right, for number 8, we're gonna solve. And notice we can't factor this, but if we notice, any quadratic equation is in the format of ax squared plus the bx plus the c. But here, notice there is no c value. There is no just x, and it just looks like this. When this is the case and both a and the c are perfect squares, we can call this a difference of squares. Okay, it is a shortcut that allows us to just take the square root and solve for each one of them. So let's take a look. I'm going to take the square root of 81, and I'm going to take the square root of 49, and also there's the square root of x squared here as well. So the square root of 81, it is just the number 9. The square root of 49 is 7. Square root of x squared is just x. So the answer is in this format: 9 and a 7x and a 9 7x. One of them is going to be positive, the other one is going to be a minus. Okay, so the answer is in factored form: 9 plus 7x and 9 minus 7x, but it has to be equal to 0. All we did here was just factor. We're not done. We have to solve it now. So it's 9 plus 7x is equal to 0, and 9 minus 7x is also equal to 0. So to do this, now we subtract 9 to both sides. This cancels, leaving you with the 7x is equal to negative 9. Divide by 7, divide by 7. This cancels, leaving you with x is equal to negative 9 over 7. For this one, we have the 9 here. We minus 9 to both sides like before. Cancels, leaving you with a negative 7x is equal to negative 9. Now we divide by negative 7, divide by negative 7. This cancels, leaving you with this x is equal to positive 9 over 7. So there's two answers here. Okay? There you go. There are other ways to actually do this, and it's if you get the same answer, you are perfectly okay. All right, let's do this one. For b, it's also a difference of squares, so let's take a square root of each one of them. Square root of 9, square root of x squared, and the square root of 64. Square root of 9 is 3, square root of x squared is x, square root of 64 is 8. So your two solutions are going to be 3x plus 8 and 3x minus 8. Set that equal to 0. Set each term equal to 0 and solve. So we have 3x plus 8 equals to 0, and 3x minus 8 is equal to 0. For this one, we minus 8 to both sides. This cancels. 3x is equal to negative 8. Then divide by 3, divide by 3. This cancels, leaving you with x is equal to 8 over 3 negative. Watch, this one is going to be the same answer but positive. So I'm going to add 8 to both sides because this cancels, leaving you with the 3x is equal to 8. Then divide by 3, divide by 3, x is equal to 8 over 3. Notice, same answer. One of them is positive, the other one's negative. Okay? This one, a lot of you want to subtract this over, but did you notice you can just take the square root here? Okay? The square root of x is x. The square root of x squared is x. The square root of 25 is 5. That is incorrect. Remember, notice, there's two answers here, a positive and a negative, right? For the second one. This is the same thing. When you take the square root of a number, there's also a plus and a minus. That's why the answer is x is equal to 5 and x is equal to negative 5. Okay? All right. So this one, again, you can take the square root. Watch this. Ready? I'm going to take the square root of both sides. The square root of 144 is 12. The square root of x squared is just x. This is going to be equal to 121. 121. The square root of 121 is 11. Okay? But notice, right? There's a plus and a minus here. Watch what happens after I divide by that 12. Divide by 12. This cancels, leaving you with x is equal to plus and minus 11 over 12. So your answers are x is equal to 11 and x is equal to 11 over 12 and x is equal to negative 11 over 12. Okay? Watch how I do this another way. 144x squared is equal to 121. If I subtract 121 to both sides, I get 144x squared minus 121 equals to 0. Now I take the square root of each piece. Okay, the square root of 144 is 12. The square root of x squared is x. The square root of 121 is 11. Okay, so in factored form, it is a 12x plus 11, and a 12x minus 11 is equal to 0. Even if I set each term equal to 0 and solve, watch how I get the same answer. 12x plus 11 is equal to 0, and 12x minus 11 is equal to 0. Let's do the first one. The 12x plus 11 equals to 0. I minus 11 to both sides. This cancels, leaving you with a 12x is equal to negative 11. Then divide by 12 to both sides. Divide by 12 to both sides. You get x is equal to negative 11 over 12. The next one, you have a negative 11, so you're going to add 11 to both sides, leaving you with a 12x is equal to 11. Divide by 12 to both sides. This cancels, leaving you with x is equal to 11 over 12. There you go. You see? Same answer, right? There you go. All right. I just wanted to show you two ways of doing it. You will still get the same answer. All right. There you go.